Well, that's still going to be the end goal for him. Lysol just needs to play time on backside here. Not give anything away, but
oh god,
nearly caught in the open here.
But he's got to get the plant. Yeah, that's not. He's let it go too far. A nice attempt, but they are a million miles away. The time will be the factor to tip the scales over. I am rather impressed with what I'm seeing from FPX here.
Look at a little more of a commitment to some of these, or to this open. Yeah, fully blind on the second. But yeah, a little bit of a further commitment here on this early round aggression that we didn't see on the first map. Sunset looked a little laboured, maybe lack of tools like we already noted, didn't feel too comfortable fully committing to that sort of play style, but again, on Breach you can get away with it. There's so much freedom here.
And an early pit invested, so that's the B site. Looking unapproachable, at least from main. So maybe you're going to have to opt for that play up through middle, which is what Les is trying to test a little bit for now, but progress towards the tube, it's something that has been left somewhat vulnerable, but Autumn slowly coming back around. It's going to be QCK again in the fight, and Autumn just, his form individually is really starting to heat up.
Yeah, I love this from Loud though, spotting him over towards Nest, setting up this flash, reading that he's going to be the one to pick up the slack at the end of tube here. Salak still posted up. Doubt we'll see a reaggress here. So down to 56 HP. Might fancy his chances.
Go on.
Still curious, isn't he?
Yeah, he's fancying it. Salak being tested, and it's not just Salak. Look what's behind him. There's other players trying to follow this pathing. Less waiting towards middle, but you've got Cowanzine here too. It's a pressure point they want to try and explore, and a weapon they want to get into hand. There's still 3 players to clear on A, and they can exchange goods, right? They can go, okay, well, you can have tube, we'll go take main, but there is a player there as well. So a battle on 2 fronts, and not a comfortable one. Live gonna spot 2. That was a little sketchy, but he's losing his support system. They found the player in CT, they found the player at the back of site, and now they got to fight on 2 fronts. And FPX win it out. 13 seconds. It's a scramble. Berlin goes down, but Life's position could still be devastating. Where's his support? Where is Lysol? Oh god, he's got a judge. And the position gonna be seen. They now know where both of these players are. There's still a question mark for Cowanzine. Does he double back? But Les's position could be pivotal.
And Lysol does get an upgrade here, so rifle in hand, but HP on Life definitely a concern. Recon bolt available.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be caught in this snake bite, but Cowanzine with the bailout.
What a savior of the Lysol, though, outdoes Les, and now it's game back on, but time.
Cowanzine can disconnect from this, yeah.
This is really difficult for Lysol. He needs to find a pixel out of place or a shot for free, which really Cowanzine isn't going to give. And look at the plant position. It's something that Cowanzine can play, and Lysol
knows it.
Time to back away. A really nice attempt there, but still Loud just scraping that through. A very close round though.
Tui's unable to really hold down control there of A main. Life once again, alongside Berlin, making things work here. Beautiful hold initially, but like I said, once you remove that one player from A main and allow the force towards the backside of A site, unfortunately lose out elsewhere. It's Loud ultimately have no recovery factor. There's no safe spot to fall back to after losing that security of A main.
Oh dear me, Cowanzine. He's going to take a little nap this round, right off the rip. Life going to get to work. You can see the purchase is missing some elements to this as well. Ayang is down without armor as well. So the money was getting a little close, and Berlin actually falls. That might open up a huge chance towards this A site QCK. Yeah, that confirms it. Can Autumn be the one to change this? His position will be considered. He's been there more often than not, but Life bringing death against Loud. QCK joining Cowanzine on the victim list, and away they go. They fancy their odds. They're not going to let him escape. They're not going to let him escape. He's hunting them down. Just losing out on the knife there, but still want to do some damage. Lysol working off the back of the information Autumn's putting down, and they're still going to try and get that pressure, but no start on the plant just yet. No defuse to begin until now. Autumn stands his ground, takes down less. Tui's what have you got? Anything? He's going to take down only one, and that is nowhere near enough. FPX heating up now.
On the back of both Autumn and Life here in this round.
You know, from the front.
Beautiful fight back through. Loud unable to convert this position. No surprises to see a timeout called after that. A little bit of a pace change here, but...
Planted.
I didn't even see the switch back from the knife there. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, Sadak obviously fallen to the snake bite here. Can't really be avoided. Well placed by Lysor. FPX clinging to life here, and Loud, I gotta say it, not having these opening engagements that they did versus Gen G.
Oh, you're
like I said, it was very, very cut and dry, very vanilla, the way that Loud approached this map last time.
No, you're on the money. I'm really liking what I'm seeing between Autumn and Life. I can't stress it enough. And don't get me wrong, it's not that Ayang, Lysor, and Berlin aren't doing well. They're doing very well at their jobs. They're playing the roles that they need to. But I'm loving seeing that kind of combination, that duo between Autumn and Life, working here in comparison when it didn't on Sunset.
Absolutely, and if you let a Yoru and a Jet perform like this on the defense, you know they come into their attack in half feeling way better about themselves. Especially coming out of a map loss to open the series, sorry.
Yeah, and a dreary loss. It's not pretty. 5 rounds, you're not going to feel happy with it. Yeah, sometimes a quick loss is easier than one that's drawn out.
But not in an elimination series. That's not the case.
So to bounce back like this is really quite something to witness. Now, has Loud got the chops, though, to find a little bit of something to work for them here? They've been finding it very hard to handle both of these pressure points of Life and Autumn. And the test begins again. Oh, Autumn, this guy is just out of this world. The only real threat to that round was going to be QCK, and he is gone in the blink of an eye. Cowanzine, yeah, he's got a Guardian, but beyond that, you've got a Sheriff and a Ghost.
Basically trying to mirror Life from the previous round. Find that opener in mid. We still have Guardian in the hands of Cowanzine, but you're right, the Blade Storm was really going to be... Autumn actually found a headshot there. That was only 66 HP left on 2Es. Cowanzine found a time in here.
Okay, that's a rifle. If 2Es can possibly cross up to it, I don't think he's got the time to do it now, but...
He's got to wait for his Toxin to rebuild.
I mean, the end game looks like less to eventually creep towards A, but this is a really hard fight for Cowanzine because the timing's rotten. Yeah, Life perfectly played that.
Yeah, looking to police that weapon.
And
prevent anybody from coming through.
So aware of the possibility of less.
30 seconds left.
Not much left for Loud to really do here. A Sheriff and a Ghost. Is Life going to give this one away?
Yeah, he's drifting. Did he get spotted?
No, I don't think so. No ping coming through. Oh, he's cleared though.
And now 2Es with 13 seconds, and the dream doesn't even get to be started. FPX, look, the early attempt, the early goer for Loud was going to be off the back of that ult invested from QCK, but he's had a quiet performance so far. That could have been a nice way to push him up in this map at least, should I say. And not going to get it. There it is. Look at this guy. Yeah, Autumn's very nice to watch. This is what it should have been about, right? That timeout that came in, probably not for the last round, but the one between. This is what it was for, the buy round that's coming in now. And 5-4, Loud need answers because FPX have been meeting them every step of the way, and it's been individual, it's been punchy, but it's been damn good.
Here.
Gonna note a couple steps. Bring the alarm bell towards middle. And a further adjustment here again from FPX.
Obviously posting Life up, so won't expect to see him getting too aggressive here. Especially with nobody on the side of Loud on the other side of the halls to him.
And if you're Loud, you're so conditioned to be worried about, okay,
yeah,
to make the play.
exactly.
Is Life going to be here?
They're
Where
waiting
are
to
they?
see who shows where around the map.
Berlin drifting a little out into the sights there. Left.
Concealment.
Wanting for HP. But he isn't alone. Autumn by his side, and we noted it early, and as did you now watching. Life creeping closer. There is a player watching 2Es. Who gets the timing right here? Life walking in. He's been seen, and he gets to keep his life, which is the more surprising part. So now the 3-play stack that was on this side of the map going to be rewarded, and he's actually just going for it. Berlin's fallen, as has Life. It's all on Autumn. What can this man do? Nothing this round. Put down, and the site plant should be coming in. very comfortably here, as the other two players quite far away.
Yeah, punchy reaction
Spike
there
plant.
to the pressure coming through towards the loud spawn. Unfortunately, that sight hole just crumbling under the pressure. I saw it was a little curious. You're going to try and find an exit somewhere. I mean, looking at the funds on the side of Loud, if you can remove a rifle, could cause some issues. Loud seemingly aware of his general position there.
Yeah, it's enough that he's gone, I'll give it a second attempt.
Yeah, and in these slower rounds, it's really less to be the ones to, I guess if there's no early round aggression from FPX, it's less that becomes the pivotal player in terms of information and sniffing out where that threat is. Some round life left unchecked. Loud have shown a lot of presence up Tube, actually.
Yeah. It was one of the first rounds we haven't seen them explore it, so you almost feel bad for life in that regard.
Yeah,
Like,
because it's not rewarded.
yeah. But this much more patient play, you know, a much longer held default as well by Loud. That was extremely patient. It was, I think it was Tuis who sat at the, very back by spawn, basically watching for that tube pressure, which is maybe just a nice counter read because they had been exploring that so often. But still, Loud find a little bit of a solution. But adding on the back of that, we've now just seen the operator.
I was going to say, what's really curious is actually, it looks like FPX is going to continue to slow things down, hold a little more passively. But the operator noted off the rip here, very start of the round, so giving Loud the information, not necessarily an advantage just yet. And Autumn can TP elsewhere. He's going to post up here, maybe show presence to the operator, potentially catch timing ahead of a rotation, but no, his TP's just expired.
Time to jump.
I'm going to have to go for this because there is pressure coming up towards Tube. I don't know if that Aldrin actually managed to spot out the players, but Autumn's digging quite deep here, and he's found his reward. That's two he's dropped and the spike found. So this should spur on the attention towards Tube, but Ayang is on the case. Got to be careful though, two players, and that's Crisp from Sadak. Life does well to find less, that removes the middle threat, but still there is pressure points to this. You can see the gap being closed, but another spot for Autumn, and another body to add to the list. Cowanzine trying to drift in, but Autumn's exceptional at what he's doing.
Good job.
An absolute monster this round, and in this half.
I mean, that's just so tough to watch. There's two members allowed tucked into main here, and Autumn's allowed to swing all the way. Dry, by the way. Barely saw anything from Tuis. No utility to set things in motion.
Out of charges.
He finds 3 on the round with the operator. Pretty pleased with himself.
Should be. And the adjustment, again, what I love about this is the variety we're seeing. Very hard to get a beat on. Now you got life with the operator instead. Another little switch here. So if Loud thought they had a plan before, now it could be adjusted, expectations being diverted. And there isn't bodies behind this. Uh-oh.
Despite not committed just yet, I mean, it's life, the last one you want to be trying to pin down with the Hunter's Fury. Nothing comes through it. Sadak's in deep here.
Yeah, but it's just Sadak. There's no one with him. They're trying to maybe find the rest of them. He's put his life on the line for this, but he's getting nothing for it. It's just Sadak so far, and individually, he's not going to be able to outdo 4 of them. They've drawn all the rotations. The spike's still in spawn. Where's the value? Is it trying to bait out this B play? Once they get the spike, they're sure.
I mean, yeah, Leicester's got a very deep position, but they haven't caught anybody in rotation, so QCK nearly rewarded for his patience, but now noted.
There goes that position. He has to fall off it. This plays in, I guess, Tuis, but they need that spike down and safely. I doubt Lysol's going to play ahead, so that should be fine. My mind goes to Tuis here.
Yeah, he's in a lethal position.
4 big
Play
hits.
spoiler here. He's going to hear all of these rotating.
That's at least 2
You
players.
can see the pings coming through now.
Yep. When's his
With
time?
some awareness. A couple of members of FPX actually looking back here.
They've slipped ahead pretty well. Berlin is having... Oh, Berlin breaks Tuis in half. That was the plan. This is the fallback, and it's worked well enough to take down Life. Autumn, though, with his presence unknown, going to find the frag towards Cowanzine. And QCK, nice attempt, but not good enough. Less left in a 1v3, and FPX looking like the real deal here. Less with a spray, but look at them facing him down. FPX with the lead coming into the half.
Didn't even note it there, but the divide creating a pocket for Autumn to get behind. Loud, beautifully constructed retake here. heartbreaking for Tui's. It's just unreal from Berlin.
This is what I wanted out of map 2, a closer affair, a better game. FPX showing us a lot more caliber here. Loud, no way out of it with 5 rounds to their name, but this is the perfect opportunity to check in with FPX. Wow, that was a bold statement there.
Yeah, I can't believe he said that.
I know.
Caught in 4K.
I hope someone clipped it.
Yeah. Very, very interesting insight there.
It was...
We should stop playing with them now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's all good. There was nothing played. Don't worry.
Of course, things don't work when we're here.
Look, we got to bring a little curse to it. Otherwise, you know.
It's been a while since we were up to feel a halftime match. I feel a bit lost.
Yeah, I would say, like, what do you want to talk about? You're the analyst. Have fun.
I was hoping to get someone from the interview there.
Well, that's unlucky, isn't it?
I'll come back to the same point. Obviously, after the first map and it being very, very one-sided, now with this performance on defense, you've really, really got to dial in and hope that Autumn and Life can be the deciding factor here for FPX to force a map 3. I mean, sorry, I was going to say less. Loud looking a little quiet in areas, but I guess looking a bit more coordinated than what we saw versus Gen G. Gen G felt very, very individual, and like I said, it felt almost at times like a deathmatch lobby. People were running around, just winning gunfights. Which, again, on Breeze, you know,
it's Breeze.
Odds are you're gonna win out a few series that way, but doesn't really seem to be the approach from Loud. So I'm curious to see how they apply this composition to the defense. Obviously, Autumn's going to be the slippery one, the one they need to pin down here and keep in check early on.
I can't wait to see it. Couple seconds to go now. Was this flash in the pan a death rattle from FPX, or was there truly some life to them here? I want to see it. I think this first half has got me excited. Loud having to scramble for some answers, which, again, leaves you wondering, what does this second half look like? And early work from Life. He's straight up middle.
Yeah.
And doesn't get spotted. Gonna be checked on and outdone. Galantine with the first. Gonna draw blood here. And put Loud at least one man up to the good.
Spike not committed just yet by FPX, so really relying on Life and Autumn. Speeder wants to find an opener, but Tui's got himself into a strange position here, completely unconsidered by FPX. Almost behind this mid push, and yeah, I mean,
Tui should be dead, right?
Should be, yeah.
He's dead. Quick little pop flash, spotting out Sadak, and Autumn's feeling himself, so he's going to stick that fight too. 12 HP, but he's done so much damage. Do FPX continue on this path? I think they could turn heel potentially. 35 seconds.
QCK on the flank though, so they've got to be careful about an open plant here. Players on site for
Oh,
Loud
1
just
HP.
need to run the clock down.
left.
The Lysol down to 1 HP yet. Berlin still pretty healthy, but did get tagged by the spy cam. Lucky not to die to the wallbang. Now the problem is QCK. Look at the position he's in.
Standing. Without blocking vision.
Yep, I think Berlin knows his chances are fading here. There was a little bit of a moment in middle where maybe they could have done a bit more, but with 10 seconds, players left, right, and center. Les holds the ground well. And again, this will be a bit of a reminder. Some of these players, I'd say, are very, very good, almost specialists at holding these sites down, being those kind of stoic members that can be rocks of the team. And this could be one for Les here, already towards the top of the board for Loud, but could continue on this trajectory. But Autumn had a real opportunity. He gave him a solid start here.
Definitely finding 2 follow-ups after Life did fall. Unfortunate. Cowanzine on the other side of that with the sheriff of his own. Now we'll get the pistol on the board.
Still
second
smiling.
half.
This is, well, they're here.
Quite a few of them.
Cage triggered.
Help. It isn't just Les, but he's got to be a little careful because there is that kind of gap close on Autumn, right, that could be an issue. Same with Life to an extent. And yeah, they found him. So Quite the audacious attempt.
Case here.
Yeah, how has he gone here so quick?
Spike planted.
Hello. Oh, that looked on. That one is. Second time of asking. And Loud looking composed. Not falling until then. Less going to go down, but that's not the end of the world. They'll be able to get themselves the defuse and close up the scoreline here. But again, keep in mind, if I'm not mistaken, first half Loud did the same as well. They got the first two.
Yeah. QCK looking a little rough around the edges, to be honest, from the first half.
Yeah.
So hoping for him to pick things up in the second here. Have his hands full whether or not he's really going to be the one to take the fight towards Ultimate Life or try and slow things down with an operator. Well, there's your answer.
Here.
It's almost like you know what you're talking about sometimes, Mike.
I mean, I don't know if I was going to see it round 3, but...
It's very early to go for this.
Yeah.
It's a hefty investment. And this is where I want to see if it works against Ultimate Life, who aren't afraid to get in your face. They might take a challenge on it. I want to see what the reaction is once they know this has come out. Oh, what a big investment here. FPX with 2 players, at least heading this way for now. QCK only on 4 kills. He's not had the impact he'd want here, and he can feel that pressure starting to mount. Life going to cop a fair crack of damage, as does Autumn at this point. So both of them suffering.
Yeah,
good start
tough
for Loud. You'd be happy with that, and obviously for FPX, that's going to take the wind out of your sails.
Yeah, both duelists kept in check here. Definitely going to make an explosive execute feel a little more uncomfortable. His deeper trips here maybe designed to catch off Autumn, but FPX still looking to find a way onto B site here.
He's trying to ignore the one and look for the others, but the TP's been taken. QCK's in a little bit of trouble here, opting for the third rather than the first or the second, because he's really banking on Kalanzine, but he was surrounded by the end of it. Even with lower HP, Life's still able to do enough damage, but they haven't got that spike across. They haven't been able to ferry it forward. So even though they have the site, they have no ability to do, and Lysol going down is devastating. And there's the surround, right? Like, what can Berlin do about this?
He's lost in the lurk, just not enough progress made early on here. Spike not committed. I mean, I guess this was the long con for FPX to try and make something work, pull a rotation and play in either Lysol or Berlin. But it just doesn't happen. Loud too decisive on the site. So he's going to try and hold on to this rifle here.
10 seconds
well, actually,
left.
Tui's might catch him on the retreat.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think Berlin saw it. Really clean. Okay, hit a shot like that.
Berlin just has Tui's number, man. Like, it's just the awareness towards him. Absolutely unreal.
My people, are you ready? You must
Operator
cultivate
obviously
a
retained,
sense of
carried across
calm.
here. Loud kicking things off with 3 unanswered. With a team flash catching there. Not sure how effective that was on the other side, but... Oh. And yeah, fairly indicative to see the spike not committed there. So kind of giving away the plan for FPX of what they want to try to achieve with those sorts of rounds. Maybe because Life and Autumn were tagged up and they wanted to try and formulate some sort of fake and, like I said, catch somebody in rotation, but seems a little disjointed.
Well, this is the first time we get to see this A take. Now, it's really kind of top-loaded, right? Life's the only one with the rifle. Everyone else on Sheriffs. A little bit of kit to play with, but not as much as I'm sure you'd normally want. Now, they do have site control. Loud are respecting them enough. They've given up site, and they've given up their first life as well. QCK going down is a big loss here because Life can continue forward. Now, it's not a recovered rifle. It can't fall into the hand, but he needs to be such an influence so they can buy time.
Snake by landed, but no combination here from Karen's shock dart, so they won't get a kill off this.
Life's got to be proactive. He's got to be in this one. Oh, he's gone down. That rifle's just a step too far away. I don't know if they can get it back into hand. Autumn needs to get into the action now. Also tagged up. This is a problem. He's still going to make some value out of this. 2 left now.
Berlin from mid?
Where the hell did Berlin just come from? Oh, it's just Autumn left alive now in a 1v2. Maybe a chance, Tui's. Takes a lot of damage. They made something out of that. But the defuse going to be coming in, and Loud weather the storm.
Causing some real issues on the way in, though. You see how much respect Loud are giving to FPX.
Yes.
Almost to their own detriment, to be honest with you. FPX capitalizing. Berlin unconsidered. Saw them 2 this time. On the way back in.
Okay. Full purchase this time for FPX.
Yeah, a crucial buy round.
Do they go back for that A take? They kind of got a test of it last time. Do they feel as though they maybe found something?
Stacked up and actually holding on to the spike here, so it might be a pacey hit.
Ult with Autumn as well. This could be huge. This could be really, really valuable for them.
Look at the fake here with the TP being sent away.
That's going to be, I'd imagine, quite a few of them, yeah. 2, 3 potentially. You can see the reaction almost instantly from Loud towards middle. Starting to close that gap. You're going to have QCK on the way. The ult is going to come in, and already it's a site being evacuated. They're already sitting a lot deeper. FPX will get themselves a plant. They are so close by here. Autumn, got to be careful about this one. TP, when he goes back, look who's waiting. Whoa, he got QCK!
I was watching that on the mini-map. So unfortunate for QCK. Now Autumn left on the long flank here. Loud can get anything done on site.
You're going to have the lineups coming in as well. Lysor just invested that, so that's going to be a time buy-up. Counting's going to get half on the... And the pop flash is really good. Sadak just goes in, takes away life and wants to remove Lysor, but he can't quite do it. And now you can see that backfall. Lysor is just going to get his body on the line here. Because they're going back to the defuse. Oh, well handled. Berlin closes that down.
A crucial recon sent through at the right time. Heartbreaking for QCK. You see the TP sent all the way down to the beach. Also running down the clock with his ultimate to try and maximize that information. Here, Loud almost get ahead of the curve here in terms of getting the half defuse, creating enough pressure on site. The pop flash is beautiful on the way back in from Sadak. Unfortunately, he doesn't kind of stick to his guns there and hold on to that space, but
yeah,
tough to do nonetheless.
Time to jump.
Different approach this time from FPX, eyeing up middle. I want to see QCK activate, if I'm honest. He does need to start picking up the performance here. Sadak with a army on the other side. This is going to be everything. The timing is going to be on the wire. Perfect play from Sadak. Meets life on the challenge, follows up with the nade on Autumn. And he has just broken FPX's back this round. Berlin, that late positioning he's been kind of known for, isn't going to be a surprise now. He has to play this forward. Not going to be able to do it. Niang, nice connection on towards one. And the follow-up, hold on. Oh, okay, there we go. Easy now.
We'll find it through the smoke. Yeah, Sadak's absolutely breaking the ankles of FPX on the way in through mid-split.
Leading by example in that one.
Healthy ultimate bank. Everything except the blade storms here. I love this as well. Dips his toes inside the smoke. Fantastic stuff here. We'll be allowed to call a timeout. Actually, no, sorry, my mistake. Did just change. Just got debated.
Not your mistake.
I promise it wasn't.
It did say Loud. Maybe they both called timeouts.
They could have both.
You never know. It's a mystery.
We'll start with the FPX timeout.
Talk to me. Talk to me about what the game plan is here, because Loud have, even in, let's say, I wouldn't say the ideal way, because I would have liked, I don't want to harp on about it, but I would have liked to see QCK a little bit more involved. He has been somewhat absent this game. Ultimate Life have had his number.
Yeah, I mean, he's got his hands full on the front line, right? So previously, a concern coming out of the KC series was FPX's inability to convert First Bloods into round wins. They were winning out on the opening duels, but things were kind of slipping through their fingers elsewhere, and I feel like that's kind of the same here. Maybe not being statistically as good with the opening engagements, but yeah, FPX definitely causing enough of a ruckus to make Loud sweat.
Yes.
Now they're forced back into recovery mode in some of these, and unfortunately I think QCK is the victim of that sort of play style.
FPX, you've had one round in this half. Your first half, we were back on board. You need to show a little something now. Timeout for the check-in. Still got life on the ult. They still have a purchase around it. So this is a goer. This should be a big round. But early exploration from QCK. Counting this time with the operator. And it is going to be the speed piece. Last time, they evacuated the site. dipped away early. This time, sticking around. Life on the way, though. Can he close that gap? Can he find a target? Find someone to play towards? Autumn's right by his side, and Autumn's already claimed one. They could do with a little bit more. Less still lingering around, and Autumn just bringing absolute fury to this side. Less left walking away, wounded. 5 bullets to play with, and he thinks it's enough, and it is! Autumn is audacious in his work, and he's got them the sight, but the flank, QCK finally makes it here. Have you got a 1v2 in you? Have you got the ability to do something about this? Oh, he was on for it. But Autumn just that bit better. And keeping FPX in touching distance of that scoreline.
Not going to suffer financially coming out. I think 2, maybe 3 purchases available. Still got the Blade Storm, so an opportunity to force back in here. With an ult command almost perfect at shutting down, I guess, the second leg of this execute. Once Autumn TP's in, the Astra smokes come up and create a couple of pockets for FPX to work out of. Nonetheless, FPX find their 9th. Going to switch things up, back over towards A once again. Same setup, same TP for Autumn, so expecting him purely dedicated towards information gathering. Pick that up, no one saw it.
Oh dear.
QCK over the top, found life.
And Sadak with a ghost just got Iang. What has just happened here?
Well, Hunter's Fury here as well, yeah. They can clear out a lot of A.
Yeah, Lysor has to play much closer, not the lineups he'd probably be wanting to go for. They have to play right next to them. Lysor is panicking surely in this one. He's got an army against him. Bodies on bodies here. QCK trying to play ahead, gets a little bit of a glimpse, but it's Autumn you got to be worried about. He makes his appearance known. Oh, and that's just perfect again! From 4 kills to 3 kills in this round. Autumn is just out of this world. What a player!
Elimination on the line, and he's stepping up to the plate. 25 and 15 right now. Keeping the hopes alive for FPX.
I was gonna say, Mike, you know, that last round, call it a good round, but also got to know Autumn got 4 kills there. And I said, well, surely you can't do it again in my head. I was thinking, well, can you depend on that? Apparently you can. This adjust through middle was just really rather godsend.
All things tied up now. Operator in play for QCK. He's going walkabouts.
He's committed. He's committed on this one.
So deep out of here.
Oh, Lord. And
Dash is expired. He's punished.
He's desperate to make up for it. You can feel it.
Yeah.
He's trying so hard, almost too hard, to try and be the difference maker, to pick up the scoreline that's just not sitting well with him. And he's been punished thoroughly on that.
A little ambitious. Cow and Zine also off exploring here. Might hear this. We'll definitely hear Lysor invest the wall. Always an awkward angle though. Loud, a little ahead of themselves.
And a misread.
Here.
They're responding to what they're
FPX
seeing.
have sold this, yeah.
Yeah, they've seen utility, they've seen players, and they've got life on the site. FPX.
Now they lose the camera as well. That would have confirmed that this was a fake.
Loud have fallen for this hook, line and sinker, and Life looking to be the Reaper on the site, but he can't quite close out Tui's, nor could he find Sadak in time, but by now the round, your heart almost drops when you hear that spike going down and you are on the other side of the map. Can they at least recover the operator? Is it even worth it to keep into hand? I mean, it's not been going well for them. Opting for it here. FPX gonna be taking the lead now. Really activating, yes, individually in a couple of these, but now we're seeing this kind of, I'd say, across the board effect here.
Oh, unfortunately, have to consider things in the next round as well. You look at the funds available.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there will be a rifle and the operator to carry across, but it's the FPX finding 11, potentially 12 off of the back of this round 21 victory. On the brink of guaranteeing a third. Yeah, you see, it looks even worse from Lysor's perspective, just how deep QCK is looking to dig for that opener. I think you're right, it almost feels desperate. Trying to put something up on the board.
It's time to check in for Loud. That's 3 in a row for FPX. They found the solution. They found something that's been working for them. It was a little bit of a drought for those first 4, but again, hey, call it a pistol, call it what you want, the kind of knock-on effect, but it was what it was. Brought the scoreline right back. But Loud need their own answers now. Looking outplayed here, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I mean, a standout performance from Autumn. Loud unable to really pin him down in certain situations now has allowed FPX to find a way back in to this half after a, I've got to say, a very impressive first half overall for FPX.
Hands down, this is a rude awakening for Loud and a much better performance from FPX. The first map, it almost feels like a lifetime ago now, right? You can put it where it is.
Yeah, this is the point of the series now where you can say, yeah, map 1's out of the mental. It's not a consideration anymore.
10 to 11 is still close enough, right? It's the issue of money. This looks like it could be 12 unless QCK and Tui's can find some big value here. And they're going back to this A piece. That's where Les is. That's where Sadak is with a Sheriff and a Ghost.
Struggled as well. I mean, obviously, the previous 2 rounds, FPX did find success on the back of Autumn's ultimate. Not available here, but FPX fancying their chances nonetheless. 2 awkward tripwires here. Drone might not even spot these.
See if they get some value off it. Sadak looking for it. He's been tagged up though. Berlin going to get towards site. That's going to be the plan coming through. Is anyone going to try and deny this? Anyone going to put their life on the line for it? Looks like they're trying to. Sadak on the gap closed. Gets towards Berlin and gets out of there with his life. Tui's finding Autumn. Hold on. Loud, where the hell's this coming from? Life from up above though. Going to remove Kalanzine from this. You still have QCK. You still have Tui's with the weapons. And Loud still have side control. They're creeping back closer. Counterpit going to come in, but there's still a gap to be filled here. Lysor is still a problem, as is Life. And now Tui's and less. What can you do? Desperate to try and do it for
24
time.
HP.
They've got to play the time as well. Trying to draw out the last bit of kit, the drop of the pit. And now Ayang down to 1 HP. Could this be the clutch of his life? Not going to happen. Less keeping Loud alive, the defuse. Far too close, but it's there. Tied all even, 11 apiece.
What a crazy exchange.
Luminec.
So nobody in a position to really punish off the back of these trips that are placed. I'm not sure if both were activated. One definitely by Autumn.
Man, Les and Sadak making that side look full health with a pistol.
Well, the first kill. The second, absolute madness from him. The response is there.
In a round like that with that buy? And it wasn't even the operator or really the rifle.
Absolute lifeline for Loud.
That was heaven sent. And a total switch up here.
Careful here.
Les now far more committed towards this A side. Does that then
They're looking to put him into the line of fire.
play him in?
Yeah. QCK holding down a ton of space here, but he's going to have his hands full. Very, very strange investment of the drone here towards bottom mid.
They must be paranoid about something. Maybe, come on, QCK, this is your moment to shine. They're going to be close here. He's not looking as confident now, trying to sit
He's
in a little
relaying
bit
this
deeper
information
angle.
now that something's happening.
Because look at the rest of the team. Look at where Kalanzine is. They're so far back. QCK has to find... Oh, God, QCK! Honestly, he's lucky to be breathing. He's lucky to be alive. Because FPX will have that B site. They've got the divide up. They've got life on the site itself. Oh, this is on a knife's edge, Mike.
It really is. Autumn actually almost TPing ahead of the wall there. Ahead of the divide, sorry. Will be a full 5v5 in the post plant. QCK still looking for something towards elbow.
That 12th round being the prized possession here. Pop flash being held. Anyone gets contact. Berlin going looking. It's QCK on the other side. And it's just nightmare after nightmare until then. An answer found over by Pillar. Sadak on the site with a tap on the spike. He's down low, but he's still going to find value for the trade. Tui's still good for it. Man to the advantage. Autumn falls. It's on Lysor in a 1v3. He's got one. He needs 2 more. But up above, brutal angle to break and less. Pushing Loud to 12. I haven't seen Loud have to dig this deep in a while, but they've just about got to the 12th round.
Able to steady the ship. Find themselves now on map and series point, Lauren, by the skin of their teeth. beautiful retake, though, to pull off. It's, like I said, a full 5v5 here, with the amount of utility that's available on the B site. That wall paying off, though. Sadak able to create a little bit of paranoia with that first spike tap, draw a couple of people from FPX out.
Yeah. Man, this is so tense. There's still a buy here. It's just not a great purchase. What can they do? Life has his ult, and he's looking for that opportunity in middle. Can he close down on QCK potentially? Not this time! Connection found, and a man up. They're looking like they want to explore that B site, though. Already seeing a bit of a drift away from Tui's. Playing very safe here, willing to give up the site, respecting what Autumn's been bringing. He's too much of a threat. This time playing with the pack, not playing ahead. They've got, oh, there we go. Now's the time to start coming alive here. QCK with the finest of angles to find a shot, and I think he wants a bit more. Why not let him? Maybe he played in off this. Ayang gives away his position. And it's precarious now. They need a plant mic.
We get it here, but the timing a little awkward. No command invested here, Loud. No secrets about this on the way back through. Sadak just stomping onto site.
But a 1-for-1 trade, the numbers so favorable towards Loud. Gawenzine closing in, it's all on Autumn. This guy has been a rock star for this side, but a brutal position, a brutal round to potentially go home on. Has he got the heroics in him? He's got so many targets, so many threats. He can't do it, it's done. FPX will be going home, and Loud live to fight another day.
Like I said, no strangers here to Elimination Series.
Yep.
The resilience on display from Loud once again. Heartbreak for FPX. Incredible performance from Autumn and Life today. Definitely some positives to take away. Look at between Autumn and Life, 11 first bloods, really leading the charge.
My main takeaway here in Map 2 is, God, I want to see more of Autumn.
Yeah.
You know, what a talent. There, I mean, you're going toe-to-toe with Les, who's arguably one of the, the best out there, right? If you're going to talk about just kind of firepower alone. He almost gave them the opportunity in this. And FPX, got to say it, Map 1, not good enough, but Map 2, God, it makes you want to see more. It's heartbreaking that we only get such a small sample size of what this team could potentially do.
Absolutely, that elusive victory remains, but Loud will continue. A little bit of a course correction from that opening series from Gen G, sure, but I gotta say it's still some concerns really here. QCK really struggling to get into that second map.
Yep.
Being punished time and time again, and I think you noticed as well, it's key to note the desperation. It's that sort of that pressure, the scoreboard pressure, really dictating some of the plays being made.
Yes.
Obviously, we don't know what's being said internally, but definitely a concern for me, Lauren.
No, and I'm with you in that, and I hope that's something, again, if you're an IGL, a coach, though, you could look at that and you're going to instantly identify it, and Loud need to start identifying